Is the narcissist watching you? Maybe you know the answer to this question, maybe you're not sure, but you feel it's a possibility. In this video, I want to talk about the narcissist who follows and stalks and watches, why this happens, and of course, what you can do about it. And I think a great place to start is by saying that not every narcissist is a stalker. Keep in mind, this is an extremely selfish disorder, and they only do things they feel will benefit them in some way or bring them joy in some way, however fast and fleeting it might be. And new supply is always what they're after more than anything else. But when new supply isn't as readily available as they'd like, they can't hang on, they can display these really ugly qualities like following, continuing to reach out, watching you through fake social media profiles, fake dating app profiles, and the like. So why would a narcissist even want to do this? Why not just move on with another source of supply after things are over? First of all, don't think that they're not also pursuing somebody else, because they probably are. Again, new supply is always more fun than toying with old supply. They're usually doing both at the same time. But let's talk about why they want to watch you. The first and most obvious thing we have to address is the ego of a narcissist. Of course, narcissists have these really, really inflated egos that constantly need boosted, as I'm sure you know. They also hate rejection. They hate to lose, and they really hate breakups that they don't win. An overinflated ego. Well, it's bullshit. What an overinflated ego really is guilt and shame and everything else they feel, but they don't like it. And it's stuffed into what looks like a superiority complex, but it's fake. These are sad, upset little people that don't take no for an answer. Like I say, they can't handle rejection. So it becomes this really gross way of living. Sometimes when we're followed, watched, harassed, or stalked, it gives the other person a feeling. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's like they still know us, even though they're not with us anymore. There's somehow still this connection to us. They see that maybe you went to a concert on Friday night and they saw those 40 pictures on your Facebook. So now it kind of feels like they were there too. There's somehow still connection. They know what's going on in your life. And this can happen, and we see it sometimes when celebrities are stalked and harassed. A person tries to get as close to them and feel powerful and important, like they're in that, certain celebrity's inner circle of people. This is all, of course, not good and also super creepy, but also a huge violation of boundaries. It completely violates your life and your feelings, but the narcissist, of course, being narcissistic, being so selfish, they don't give a shit about how you feel about any of this. A lot of them feel entitled to do it. They're still curious about what you're doing. They don't care how awkward or upsetting or disturbing their behavior is or how it affects you. Like I say, this is a narc. It's all about them. Another reason why the behavior might be happening to us is flat out, we're just being bullied. This is just a bully. I've said it 100 times that narcissists are bullies. Narcissists, and hell, even a sociopath or two, malignant narcissists, sometimes enjoy the fact they can control your emotions, that they can make you sad, they can make you upset. All narcissists love that feeling of power and control, and they can manipulate you and maneuver, manage, however you want to say it, that they can do those things to you. And again, this can sometimes happen when new supply or other sources just aren't flowing the way a narcissist wants them to. Having control over your emotions is one of the many, countless now at this point, forms of manipulation that a narcissist has and will continue to use on people. I read a really interesting article about stalking once, and it said that one of the reasons you might be stalked, followed, harassed, whatever, is because the narcissist wants something from you. First of all, no shit. The article went on to say that you should try to figure out what they want. And it did mention that sometimes they just do these things purely for shits and giggles, which is true. And I appreciate that the article mentioned that. But what the article also said was to find out what this person wants and give it to them. For the love of fuck, please don't ever reach out to your abuser and ask them what they want so that you can just hand it over to them. Is that not what you did throughout the entire course of the relationship? and you were still being abused left, right, and center? Didn't we all wake up each and every single day walking on eggshells, wondering what mood we were going to get? Were we going to get screamed at, something thrown at us, slapped around, worse? Were they happy? What do we have to do to make them happy? Why? This is some of the worst advice I think I've ever seen. I know I've said that before, but even if it's something as mundane as they just want cash or some other petty bullshit. So I just ask a psycho what they want, and then when they say, I just give it to them. Well, what if they want to hurt me? Just, let somebody do that. If you're in no contact, say nothing to this person. Give them nothing. This is horrific. Let's say all they want is cash and you cough it up. How long is it until they want something else and something else? What's next? Give them your car, your house, your kids, more money, half your retirement, your 401k. Let them come over and smack you around a little bit, call you names. No. Go through courts, for some of these things if we need to. And I was just really mind-boggled by all of this. And it is a form of manipulation, but the article actually says to just give them what they want so they'll go away. If I bug you and bug you and bug you, and finally you give me what I want, what makes anyone think I'm going to go away? This is why some of the advice in this community is really scary, because a lot of people that are giving advice just haven't been with a narcissist and don't understand the day in, day out, month after month, year after year of what this is really like. They also haven't been stalked, harassed, and followed and bullied. I mean, obviously, I'm glad that the people who say some of this information have not had these things happen to them. I just don't think anyone should speak on something that they don't know. I say all the time when someone asks me a question, hey, I don't know anything about ABCXYZ, so I don't really want to speak too much on that. I direct you to this article, this person. I encourage you to learn on your own. This is a person who, gives their kids the candy so they don't have to hear the tantrum. Don't do this. Then they learn the tantrum works. Then they learn that following you, harassing you, stalking you, badgering you, berating you, they learn it works once you give them what they want. What, they just want $20 and they're going to fuck off and they're never going to, are you actually kidding me? Don't do this. It is never, as I'm positive just easy enough to just give somebody one thing and they go away. If you'd like to talk one-on-one about what you're going through, what you've gone through in a toxic relationship with someone narcissistic, you can email BookAChatWithJess@gmail.com to set up private chats with me if you would like to do so. Another curious reason for following and such is the narcissist might repeatedly tell you they want to talk, they want to apologize, whatever. They want to have a catch-up. You can really slot anything into this little statement here. They want to tell you that they love you, they miss you, please just talk to me, I need to apologize, blah, blah, bullshit, blah. It's just another really odd Hoover that can potentially become a gateway for another round of abuse from this person. But this taps into the narcissist not handling rejection well, which they don't. They freak out like crazy. Narcissists are also very possessive. They feel like they own people. We're not people with thoughts, feelings, opinions, and ideas. We are possessions. We are inanimate objects. They feel entitled to do these things. Like I said in the beginning, no boundaries, no respect, no nothing. They'll do what they want to do when they want to do it. The rules don't apply to them, so on and so forth. I think all kinds of, moves and hoovering. I don't really want to talk too much about that here. I do have videos on hoovering, but what I do want to go into is what you can do if some of these things are happening to you. And I think what I want to talk about first is something that everyone needs to know. And some people do this stuff, honestly, just because they find it fun and interesting. And in some case, really drastic measures have to happen to make certain kinds of stalking and harassment stop. Know now that if this is happening to you and it's bad, really bad, because there are the annoyances, and then there's when things kind of get scary or uncomfortable, So in order for these certain things to stop, there are things that you can do, but you might have to do something you don't like to do. And what they're doing isn't right. I'm not sitting here and saying that they have the right to do this. They don't. But there is a point where we have to rise up and take control back of our life. It might require help. It might require some time, some money, but We're not helpless and we're not defenseless. I am never going to convey the message here on my channel that you have no power and no control, because you absolutely do. It's up to you when you decide to take it. You already have the strength, the power, the control, the resilience, but you also have to do the hard work. In some cases, you have to get a restraining order. Some people have to actually be arrested. There are things like social media stalking. Honestly, I don't even really think that's a crime. It's creepy as shit, but it's not a crime. Sometimes social media needs to go away. You know what? Deal with it. I'm not here to sugarcoat this. If you have issues and you want results and some things have to go away, then sometimes we have to make sacrifices and deal with them. We chose this person, or we worked with this person. Somehow we came into contact with this person. Yes, we didn't do anything to deserve the behavior, but we have to take responsibility. Here we are. Doesn't really matter how we got here. Here we are. It's unfair. Okay. How long are we going to cry and whine and bitch and moan about how unfair it is? You can do that if you want to. You totally can. Or you can do something about it. It sucks. So you want to make it better, or do you not? The choice is yours. You might have to move. You might have to move in with family or move in with friends, change jobs, get a new number, stay off social media, get completely new social media. You might have to go to court and see this person, which can be really, really upsetting. Get into therapy if you feel you need it. You can hire a private investigator, which is extremely expensive. I know, I was being stalked back in 2008. I know the kind of prices that these things run. It's ridiculous. But we have to do our very best, regardless of what you do or what you don't do. Please maintain a stance of no contact. Allowing this person back in really all this does is lead to other issues. Love bombing and persuasiveness from a narcissist can be intoxicating and euphoric. On the flip side, the scare tactics can be horrifying and detrimental to us and our safety. But we always have to do what is best for us and also hold our ground. So tell me what you think about all of this down in the comments. Was this something that happened to you? How did you deal with it? I'm sure other survivors would love to know any helpful tips that you have if you've been through something like this. Also, subscribe to my channel for more videos every week. Become a channel member if you would like to support my efforts to spread awareness right here on YouTube. Thank you very much for listening. Have a great day, survivor, and take care of yourself.